Hello, my name is Ellen, and in this video, I'm going to describe about the oxidative phosphorylation, which is the final stage of cellular respiration. Oxidative phosphorylation is where most of the cell's ATP is produced, which involves electron transfer chain and chemiosmosis. The products of oxidative phosphorylation include NAD+, FAD, H2O, and ATP. To begin with, the electron transfer chain is located in the inner membrane of mitochondria. NADH is the first electron donor which carries electrons originated from glucose. Here, NADH is oxidized to NAD+, donating 2 electrons to the first protein complex in the electron transfer chain. The first protein complex is reduced. As the electrons travel, energy is released. In the second complex, another electron donor, FADH2, gives up its hydrogen ions and is oxidized to FAD. So the donated electrons in the complex 1 and 2 are now transferred to coenzyme Q, and coenzyme Q becomes reduced. After that, the electrons flow from coenzyme Q to complex 3, so Q becomes oxidized and complex 3 becomes reduced since Q is giving and complex 3 is receiving or gaining the electrons. Then the electrons in the complex 3 flow to cytochrome C. Complex 3 is oxidized, cytochrome C is reduced. From the cytochrome C, the electrons are transferred to complex 4. Hence, cytochrome C is oxidized and the complex 4 is reduced. Last but not least, the electrons in the complex 4 reach oxygen. Complex 4 is oxidized, and oxygen here is the final electron acceptor, which becomes reduced by gaining a pair of electrons and 2 hydrogen ions to form water as a product. As electrons are transferred from the first donor NADH to the last acceptor oxygen, energy is released, powered by the movement of electrons. This energy pumps hydrogen ions from the mitochondrial matrix to the intermembrane space. Once hydrogen ions are pumped, there will be a higher concentration of hydrogen ions in the intermembrane space and lower concentration in the mitochondrial matrix. Due to this concentration gradient, hydrogen ions will diffuse back into inner membrane, causing ATP synthase, and this occurs in the process called chemiosmosis. ATP synthase here captures energy to make ATP. The movement of hydrogen ions spins the ATP synthase turbine and catalyzes phosphorylation of ADP to ATP in the mitochondrial matrix. This process forming ATP is called oxidative phosphorylation, since it is powered by the transfer of electrons to oxygen. And thank you for listening.